So it's incredibly important that anytime you meet a municipal executive for the first time, that you're not overdressed and that you're not underdressed. So today we are going to be going step by step through some of the most important pieces you'll need in order to make an impression without overshadowing the room. We're going to get started with one of the most basic components of your outfit that you're going to need. So like what I'm wearing right now is actually considered very appropriate for me to walk into an executive space as an executive myself. Notice all of my suits, I always have a matching top and I always have the matching skirt. However, when you walk into a municipal office, this is not church. So while it might seem really enticing for you to wear a skirt or wear the matching skirt to your jacket when you walk into the office, what you want to be able to do, this is a tweed jacket specifically made for me. But what I will say is I wouldn't walk into a municipal office with this because you don't want to be overdressed, okay? This would be if I went to church or if I went to a space where I was engaging on a speaking engagement and I'm speaking on stage. This is more so something I would wear. But if I'm going to a municipal office, this is something that I would wear. So one of the things that I want you to channel inside of you is your inner, how do I say this? Your inner college prep student. You know exactly what I mean. So all of the colors that we're going to talk about are more so in the neutral tone. This is not the club. We're not looking to impress anybody with all of our jewelry and what we're wearing. You want to keep everything really neat and tucked. Ladies, you don't want earrings that are loopy or just too big. Anything that's going to allow you to become a distraction and to distract the municipal executives from looking at what you're saying as opposed to what you're doing. Now, ladies, when you're entering into municipal spaces, oftentimes for the first time, if you really want to be taken seriously, I would encourage you to pull your hair back away from your face. Make sure that your scalp is clean. Sometimes people are taller than you and they can see your scalp. So if your scalp is dirty, that's like a absolutely no. All right. And then make sure simple things like, ladies, I go to the nail shop every 2 weeks. I didn't used to do this all the time, but I understand that I'm in municipal spaces. I'm working with corporate executives. They look at everything. So I don't do too much, right? Literally, you see my nails? When you meet me in real life, my nails look exactly like this. I'm the most boring ever. What you don't want to do is have nails that are way too long, nails that are orange, green, purple, anything that's going to distract and even impede your ability to work. I don't know how some women do it. Some women do it with long nails, but I'm going to tell you this. When you're dealing with highly affluent clients, they don't like to see the long nails. They actually like to know that you're a part of your working business and that your nails don't become distractive. So one of the first pieces that I'm going to pull out of the closet is with a navy blue suit, okay? A navy blue suit. I have the skirt to this. I have the matching pants to this. This is going to be able to change the game. But like I told you, we don't do matchy-matchy when we go into municipal offices, okay? So with that, what I would do is I would pair this pant with a more neutral set of pants, like a khaki colored pant. So I didn't realize that my housekeeper cleaned this the other day. She allows my pants to air dry. No, I don't take my clothes to the dry cleaners anymore because they have lost more than enough of my clothes. So she comes in, she'll wash them, let them air dry, and then she will fix them. As you can tell, there's no crease in the pant leg. Never walk into your local municipality without ironing your pants. All of your pants should have the seam going through the front. All right. So what I would do is I would wear this, as you can tell, right? I'm channeling my inner preppy. Okay. So what I would do is I would either wear this pants, like these are my favorite pants to walk into the municipality with, because I could either layer this with a jacket or I can put a white collared shirt underneath this. And then I can take, these are one of my favorite components as well. I have a lot of these. These are button down sweaters just in case I get a little chilly. Okay. I'll have my white button down shirt and I'll have this just over the shoulder. Okay. Sometimes I will put the knot, and I do this like this. I have this in red, yellow, purple, green, and a variety of other colors. I would advise that you have at least a couple of these laying around. This is for when you're going into regularly scheduled bi-weekly meetings. You want to make sure, usually most municipal offices, they have a general like relaxed casual dress code. You don't want to come in there dressed with a 3-piece suit because you're overshadowing the client. And it kind of makes them think like, this is what they're spending my money towards? Exactly. This is not the club. This is not a place where you're going to impress anyone. If anything, you're walking into the room with the anticipation of blending in a little bit better. Now, let's say the city is having, you know, a meeting with multiple executives. This is a big meeting. Okay, then and only then are you dressing with matching top and bottom. And usually that will be, as we get into the other arenas, black and gray. So let's talk about black and gray a little bit. But navy blue, you can never go wrong. Navy blue is a color of trust. Navy blue is a color of agreement. Navy blue and red is a color of agreement. I would never wear my red pants, but I would consider wearing my red jacket. I could either wear that over my khakis, or I could wear this, 9 times out of 10, I'd probably wear this with some black pants and a black shell shirt that I have on the inside. Now I know I'm showing you a lot of different things at one time. And I don't want you to feel like you have to have all of these things, okay? But I would definitely say one of the basics for sure is a navy jacket, khaki pants, or khaki skirts. Now, I will say this, when you're walking into the local municipality, I know when you're in the corporate office wearing high heels may seem normal, and unless you're attending like a really big meeting, I would not advise that you walk in high heels. As a matter of fact, I have a whole section dedicated to these shoes, all right? There are several different vendors that sell these flat shoes, but you definitely want something with a little bit of tread on it, especially, and you'll even see tomorrow, when I walk into the city of Philadelphia, I'm not gonna be walking in my high heels. Why? Because 9 times out of 10, maybe you have to park a block and a half away, and then you gotta walk to the office to drop off your proposals. You don't wanna be out of breath. You might even be asked to step into a municipal executive's office to answer some questions. You don't wanna be out of breath. You don't wanna be walking like your feet is hurting. So this is not a ballroom event, all right? This is an opportunity for you to wear your flats. I have one of these in every color for you to get started. If you don't have an array of different shoes, I would say you definitely want to go with your black flat shoes. You want a pair of navy shoes. And I think those are really the only 2 that you need. Now, this is one of my favorite colors because I find that you can wear this cognac with almost anything. And I'm going to show you at the end how I piece all these things together. Okay, ladies, I want you to notice something really quickly. Now, do you notice that my shirt goes all the way up to my collar? That's very intentional, okay? We're not here to flash anyone. No cleavage whatsoever, okay? When you walk into a local municipal office, please be covered, okay? As you don't want anything that is distracting your municipal executive or corporate executive from cutting the check. So please make sure that you are totally and completely covered. If you do have a V-neck, make sure you cannot see any cleavage whatsoever. You want to keep yourself together. You want to keep their eyes up here, and you want to make sure that they're paying attention to the words coming out of your mouth and not your cleavage. Okay, the next thing that I want you to keep in mind is that you have to save your clothes, okay? So I've spent a lot of good money on my clothes, okay? And one of the hacks that I want all of you to have, ladies, this is just for you, okay? Men do this all the time, but I don't know why women don't do this. All right, you want to wear, it's called Thompson tee. Thompson, if you love me, let me stop. If you love me, support me. Okay, so Thompson tee, I wear these under all of my clothing. It is a lifesaver. Now, in the armpit area, there's extra material. So if I'm sweating or whatever I got going on, it is protecting my clothing, all right? And that's ultimately, because as you know, the more often you put your clothes through the wash, the more wear and tear that you have. Now, majority of my clothing is custom clothing, so I am not trying to have these run through the wash repeatedly, you know, maybe 2 or 3 times with having to wash them every single time, okay? These shirts save the day. Notice how the V is low, so it'll allow for, if I have a V-neck shirt, a crew neck shirt, anything of that sort, it will protect. And I'm going to show you something. Even right now, I have one of these on. I have about 4 or 5 of these in black, and then I have about another 4 or 5 of them in white. Okay, and even under this shirt that I'm wearing right now, guess what? I have the Thompson T shirt underneath this shirt. What is it doing? It's protecting my silk shirt, okay, so that I'm not releasing all the sweats directly onto the shirt. If you know anything about silk, silk can get damaged really easily. And this is not something that you want to use harsh abrasives or anything like that to wash. I really got into all natural fabrics. I do believe that there is a health connection between a lot of these synthetic fibers that we're now using in our clothing. So everything I wear just about is either like silk, wool, cashmere, cotton. There's actually an electric charge, and the Bible actually talks about it, about not mixing wool with linen. You can wear one or you could wear the other. It actually helps to charge the body. It's a whole thing. You can look into it. I'll probably even put a little bit of information about that in the description below so that you can learn more about it. Several of you may want to wear dresses when you walk into the city building. So I'm going to show you a few dresses from my closet that I would use if I were heading into a city meeting. I will say this, for those of you, especially in the Northeast or in the Midwest where you get lots of snow, just wear pants, okay? But if it's, you know, the summertime and it's looking really nice outside and you're just living to wear something beautiful, I would advise, as I mentioned before, to keep the colors very neutral. This is one of my favorite wrap dresses. This is from Anne Klein. And it pulls in really nicely. And then if you want, so like I have like a white cashmere sweater, I would put over my shoulders as I head in, and then I would go in with a matching pocketbook with this. So I really, really like this number. Probably what you're gonna find is all my dresses look the same. And I guess that's why I like what I like, okay? The next dress that I have that I would wear into a city meeting is this dress. This, as you can tell, is navy blue. As I said before, you want to keep all of the colors neutral. And then I would either pair this with my blue suede high heel shoes if I'm feeling high heely. 9 times out of 10, I don't feel like wearing high heels when I go to a municipal meeting. So then I would either pair those with these, okay, with my matching pocketbook, or if you want to go out on the wild side, match your shoes to your hardware. So if you're wearing, so like for example, I have a gray bag with silver hardware, I can match my shoes to the silver hardware of the shoe. And that way you're creating like a cohesive look. Now, ladies, for those of you that are wearing jewelry, I really want to encourage you, as mentioned before, to keep your jewelry really simple. But in addition to that, one of the things that I've learned about working alongside the affluent is, unless it's like something like a wedding ring, they usually keep all of their pieces of the same hardware. What do I mean? If they have gold hardware on their shoes, gold hardware on the shoes, gold hardware on the pocketbook, gold hardware on the earrings, gold hardware on the necklace, okay? It creates a cohesive look without it looking like you're shouting out loud, okay? One of the things my stylist always tells me is I'm a very matchy-matchy person. This is very true. Even with the navy blue dress, another color that you might want to wear with your navy blue dress is the cognac shoes, or cognac high heel shoes, or even with a cognac pocketbook. So if you like to accessorize, mostly when you're walking into a municipal meeting, bags like this would still be accompanied with bags like this. Why choose both when you could choose one to carry everything, all right? All of my bags that look like this, I have a few of these in different colors. And what it allows me to do is, this one bag, it has 2 parts, okay? One part can keep my personal, which is normally items that I can keep in my pocketbook, and the other area within the bag will keep all of my business items, my laptop, a notebook, any sort of notes, any sort of deliverables that I have for my local municipality. Actually, for the meeting that we have tomorrow, probably what you'll see is I might take this girl, or I have a couple others that I can take that'll allow me to easily be able to manage between my personal, making sure I have chapstick, making sure I'm not looking too glossy, and making sure I have my laptop, my notebook, anything else that I need as I walk into those spaces. So you don't need all of these things, but you just might need a couple of jackets, a couple of pairs of shoes, a couple of button-down shirts, you know, to throw over your shoulder, especially in these municipal buildings. They oftentimes get very, very cold. So you're going to want to kind of layer up. This is why I love wearing a jacket. These jackets really do help keep you warm. And if I ever get too hot, I can just take the jacket off, okay? And oftentimes I'll be wearing a long sleeve. Now, let me mention something. As many of you know, right now I'm wearing a shell, and under the shell I'm wearing my Thompson tee. So you got to keep that in mind, okay? One, you never want to walk into a municipal office with sleeveless shirts, okay? Just understand this. You're walking into spaces that are highly professional. I don't know where this has come from, that whatever we wear outside, we can wear inside. Now, when you're outside, okay, and it's just you, it's your girlfriends, it's even maybe your coworkers, and you're going out to lunch, and let's say it's hot outside, yes, you can take your jacket off because that's considered like an informal event. But as soon as it's considered a formal event, just like men are outside with their jackets on or their long sleeve shirts, you suffer as well, okay? There's nothing saying that you have to be too hot. You don't want anything that is going to draw attention away from what you're saying. So I know you may see it oftentimes, but if you want to make that coin, if you really want to make that money, make sure that you're not wearing anything that is sleeveless, whether indoors or outdoors at a formal event. Now, if it's informal, you're just going out with a coworker, yes, you can take your jacket off, okay? But just be mindful if you got your Thompson tee on. I don't think they sell these sleeveless just yet, but maybe we can ask Thompson to do those so we still can continue to save our clothes. One of my favorite dresses, let me think. Oh, you don't wear this to a municipal event ever, okay? As much, ladies, as I love a great jumpsuit, okay, you never ever walk into a municipality. This is out of uniform, even though it might be a neutral color palette, absolutely. But when we're talking about a jumpsuit, I don't care what the jumpsuit is. I don't care how modest the jumpsuit is. It is just not acceptable in corporate spaces. This is one of my favorite dresses. This is one of my favorite dresses for summertime, but I will never wear this to a municipal meeting. Ever. I don't care how hot it is. It could be 110 degrees outside. I will never wear this in a meeting. Ladies, I love a strappy sandal for our beautiful summer day. But guess what you don't do? You don't wear your strappy shoes to municipal offices. You always want to wear closed-toe shoes. I don't care how hot it is, okay? If men have to suffer through closed-toe shoes, so do you. And even if you see other municipal executives or municipal workers or corporate executives wearing open-toe shoes, you make it your business not to wear open-toe shoes. Why? Toes to some are sensual in nature. So what you don't want are open toes, right? That is bringing the wrong type of attention. No open-toe shoes. For those of us in the Northeast, or if it's a rainy day, I'm going to show you one of my favorite hacks to, one, stay dry, but also to make sure that I'm still looking professional when I walk into a room. So I love to wear boots that come up to the knee, but then I love for my skirt to cover the boot. Okay, this is one of the best ways, and let me pull out my favorite black dress. Okay, I'll pull out my favorite black dress. Now, my stylist would be like, black on black, Allison, really? Okay, maybe not. Maybe not necessarily black on black, but it is doable, okay? But you're not going to a funeral. If I was in the mood to wear a skirt to an office, I would probably do something like, so I have the matching jacket, but I wouldn't wear the matching jacket, okay? I would wear the skirt. Notice that this is like a pencil skirt. You can also do like an A-line skirt. I would wear this with boots, and then I would wear the top like a black turtleneck, okay? That would give me the elongation that I need, the full coverage that I need. If I happen to walk in a puddle, it doesn't matter. There's no, rainwater getting on my feet whatsoever. And also a really big hack that I love, you want a pair of these. I know you're like, what are these and why are they different from anything else? These are a little bit of a splurge, but these are cashmere socks. You only need one pair. I think I got these from Amazon a long time ago. You can't wash these all the time, but cashmere socks are antimicrobial. They don't smell. You got to wear them a few times before that happens. And then when you wash it, you can't dry it or they will shrink significantly on you. These will keep your feet so warm. And even if you're wearing boots and let's say you step in a puddle, these will keep your feet absolutely dry, warm and dry. I know several of you might like those. I think Uggs tend to be like the ugliest boots ever, but it's that same feel with the wool inside the Uggs, but instead these feel so much nicer. So it's a splurge. It's probably like, I don't know, 20 bucks for a pair. But for those girlies that are in the Northeast or in the Midwest where you get snow occasionally or get snow a lot, you are going to love a pair of these. So there's another thing in terms of, let's call it distraction, that I want you to like veer away from. Now, these are probably one of my favorite shoes in my entire closet. All right. You see this girl right here? This girl is everything, but I will not be wearing her into a municipal or executive office. I know we're living in a different age, but I'm telling you, if you want the money, keep this for church, keep this for the club, keep this for anywhere else where you have more so freedom of expression. But when it comes to being in municipal offices, if you are going to wear pumps at all, we're going to keep it to this, the classic, okay? You want to make sure that she is comfortable. Now, this might sound crazy, but one of my favorite shoe makers, their name is Sarah Flint, okay, as a high heel. Now, I wouldn't wear gold, but I'm just showing you, I have about 7 or 8 pairs of Sarah Flint shoes. These shoes are a sneaker in a high heel. You ever walked in like cheap shoes and you can hear the back of the shoe like clicking, like because it's hollow? No, this right here for the all Sarah Flint shoes, it's solid steel connected to the shoe itself. That's what you want. You will never have a heel that breaks on you. I could be doing or in the middle of a city meeting. I actually have a black pair of these and you'll see me probably whenever we do get an opportunity to meet, I'll be wearing these. Okay. If I am wearing high heels at all. Because like I said, the last thing you want is for your client to see you limping as you're walking away. What does that show? That you're trying to impress them. You need to make your look effortless. I know y'all like to show off the bottoms, not for the municipal office, okay? We do not wear our red bottoms to the municipal office. You can wear these to church. You can wear these to, I'm not a supporter of the club, so I'm not gonna say the club, okay? But if you and your husband have a great night out, or if you're going on a nice date, or you're going to the White House. See, you can wear these to the White House if you're going to like a big ball dinner or something incredibly special, but you're not going to wear these if you're going to a bi-weekly meeting, okay? Is a no-no. Once again, these, like I said, are my Sarah Flint faves. Like I said, I have these like 8 or 9 of these in different colors. No hot pink. I'm sorry. No hot pink. No matter what you think, keep it neutral. See, when you're a boss, all right, your shoes don't speak for you. You speak for you. And you keep their attention up here and not what you're wearing when you're entering into the office space. So I'm going to show you a couple of looks, all right, and then we're going to wrap up this video. But I really just wanted you to get a great sense as to what you need when you're walking into these municipal spaces to be able to command control without saying a word.